The thrill of righteous indignation, pure, intoxicating, fuels our deepest convictions, burning fiercely. Our brains are intricately wired for undeniable victory, for being gloriously, perpetually right. The ego, a colossal, impenetrable fortress, defends the sacred ground of its unblemished, absolute perspective. But what if this brutal battle isn't truly yours? What if the ground is borrowed, treacherous, and unstable? You stand on the very precipice, a silent observer as two titans clash, their earth-shattering fury deafening. Their fire, their raw, visceral fury consumes absolutely everything it touches, leaving only bitter ash. And you're an unwilling, anguished witness, a ghost haunting their devastating, endless war zone. The moral clarity, once so piercingly sharp, begins to blur at the chaotic, unpredictable edges. Because this isn't your war, not truly. You never drew the first agonizing, staining blood. Yet, the relentless devastation bleeds into your world, permanently stains your hard-won personal peace. It's the silent, corrosive feud between cherished friends, ripping their interconnected lives apart with cold precision. The relentless political storm, raging in a distant, forgotten land, shaking the very ground beneath you violently. The insidious family rift, decades deep, inexorably pulling everyone into its inescapable, dark gravity. You feel the tremors, the emotional shrapnel, but held no weapon, chose absolutely no side in this madness. You picked no side, uttered no curse, signed no declaration of anyone's cruel war. Your hands are impeccably clean, your conscience crystal clear, yet your heart aches with unspoken heavy burden. You just wanted simple peace, a quiet, forgotten corner in a loud, chaotic, terrifying world. But peace itself is a brutal, unforgiving battlefield, often the bloodiest one of all, demanding everything. And now, inexplicably, shockingly, you find yourself on the very front lines of raw contention. Faced with a devastating choice no one asked you to make, yet everyone desperately, selfishly needs. Who apologizes first? Not them, never them. Their stubborn pride is an unyielding, concrete shield. Their certainty, a sharpened, deadly weapon. Their grievance, a sacred, unyielding, undeniable scroll. To apologize first is to fully concede, to admit devastating fault, to irrevocably lose face, completely. It's an act of agonizing, bitter capitulation in a brutal, zero-sum game of towering ego. The world whispers, weakness. The ego screams, unforgivable, treacherous betrayal from within. Your own fierce convictions, your own carefully crafted narrative, demand their own cold, brutal retribution. The internal battle rages, infinitely fiercer than any external, easily visible, predictable conflict. To step forward means sacrificing your own righteous indignation, your own precious, undeniable truth. It means dismantling your own shield, exposing your very soul to merciless ridicule and scorn. It is to be utterly, terrifyingly vulnerable in a predatory, unforgiving world of ravenous wolves. The words stick in your throat, coated in the bitter ash of swallowed, agonizing pride. I'm sorry. 3 simple, devastating words. A universe of unbearable, raw pain released. They feel like a lie, a profound betrayal of everything you stand for, your absolute core. Your jaw clenches tight, your stomach churns. Every single cell rebels against this crushing surrender. Because you came wrong. You didn't start this bloody, senseless, all-consuming mess. You are offering profound peace, not from guilt, but from sheer soul-crushing, utter exhaustion. Or perhaps from a deeper, more brutal kind of love, raw, selfless, and truly terrifying. A love that transcends petty ego, that aches for healing, for restoration, above all else. You step into the raging breach, armed only with a broken voice and shattered, fading hope. You make the very first cut, but it's into your own flesh, a deep wound of your choosing. The crushing silence that follows is deafening, heavier than any screamed accusatory word. Their eyes bore into you. Suspicion, disbelief, maybe even outright cold contempt for your act. Did they truly see weakness? A tactical retreat, or a sudden, baffling, complete surrender? Your own side, if you ever had one, might recoil in utter confusion, in profound disappointment. Why, they'd ask, their voices sharp and piercing, why lay down arms you never truly bore? The loneliness is immediate, a cold, icy hand gripping your raw, aching, vulnerable heart. You've alienated absolutely everyone, sacrificed your entire narrative. For what fleeting, distant hope? A fragile, whispered hope. A single prayer against a storm of deep, entrenched, burning resentment. You stand exposed, bleeding internally, wondering if this brutal sacrifice was all for nothing at all. The weight of their continued, crushing silence could utterly annihilate you entirely, leaving nothing. This isn't just a simple political maneuver. It's brutal, agonizing, and raw soul surgery. You've torn a piece of your integrity, however others perceived it, irrevocably, painfully away. The wound festers, whispering insidious doubts in the chilling, empty dead of night. Were you a fool? A coward? Did you truly betray your deepest core self? The thrill of righteousness, once your impenetrable armor, is now crumbling worthless dust. You carry the heavy burden of the unreciprocated olive branch, weighty and profoundly lonely. The silent promise of fragile peace, held solely in your trembling, burdened, exhausted hands. You walk forward, a phantom limb aching where your fierce, proud ego once stubbornly resided. This painful sacrifice isn't acknowledged. It's often deeply misunderstood, even cruelly mocked. It's a wound you chose, for a peace you crave, but may never truly taste yourself, alone. Sometimes, just a flicker. A tiny, almost imperceptible, nascent shift in the frozen atmosphere. A hairline crack in their formidable armor, born of your unexpected, gut-wrenching, raw vulnerability. The first blessed raindrop in a suffocating, endless drought, not enough, but a sacred beginning. You become the uncomfortable, unsettling truth, the very mirror they desperately, stubbornly avoid. Because your profound apology exposed the sheer absurdity of their continued, pointless, endless fight. It offers a difficult path, an uncomfortable escape hatch from their own entrenched, destructive pride. You've planted a single, fragile seed in scorched, barren earth, hoping against hope for a miracle. The true cost is perpetual vigilance, enduring their hesitant, frustrating, agonizingly slow steps. You bear witness to their slow, painful, often begrudging, arduous journey towards eventual forgiveness. Or you watch as they brutally reject it, leaving you utterly, irrevocably, permanently broken. This isn't heroism shouted from rooftops, but a quiet, internal, brutally personal battle fought alone. The immense, crushing weight of being the unilateral peacemaker absolutely annihilates your spirit. You become the emotional garbage dump, absorbing all the residual anger, pain, and bitterness. You forfeit your sacred right to grievance, your claim to innocence, your entire narrative. You become the architect of a grand bridge you may never cross yourself, watching others traverse. Because someone desperately had to do it. Someone had to break the agonizing, endless destructive cycle. You chose to be that someone, knowing the devastating, inevitable, ultimate cost. A silent, agonizing scream echoing in the desolate landscape of nascent, fragile, uncertain peace. The truth is, the most profound acts of human courage are often the quietest, most excruciatingly difficult.